got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it. Biggie.
This goes out to you. This goes out to you. And you. Biggie, you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you.
This week's show is rightfully called This Goes Out to You. Several individuals in the league this week causing a stir, a big stir, over the commish, Cuban highlight films, recent trade. At 4-0, we made a trade to better my team, and I definitely made the other team I made the trade with better. But everyone seems to have a problem. Some people have different opinions, conflicting opinions. So let's just address it. No Mercy felt that Ryan Matthews, it was absurd to include him in the trade. Left Trap Stars without a running back. Couldn't believe the trade went through. This league is BS. Family show. So we keep it for the fan. Well, let's talk about the trade you sent Trap Stars for Ryan Matthews. It was a blockbuster, I must admit. Who was it? Oh, Matt Hasselbeck for Ryan Matthews. Straight up. If I had no fingers, I would have used my stubbies to press accept for that one. Give me a break. Okay? So, if he would have accepted your offer, Hasselbeck for Matthews, that's a fair trade? Negative. Now, let's talk to the man who is basically trying to bring the whole league down. Down with him. Because he's obviously in the dirt. He's obviously about 5 feet deep in the grave of fantasy teams in our league. His name is the Winless Bums. When you can name your team the Winless Bums, I will say, at least you're a realist. Now, you seem to think that I was giving up too much. Vargas felt I was asking for too much for Ryan Matthews. What? The commish did not veto the trade. And why? Because I cannot veto the trade when, if you go to the league settings, it says League Vote. Let me do that again in super duper slow mo. League Vote. So, let me explain a little bit of what that means for two guys that are fantasy experts or experienced. That means 1/3 of the league has to vote against a trade in order for it to be vetoed. So, for those of you not familiar with fractions, 1/3 is 4 votes out of 12 teams. Okay? So, not 1, not 2, not 3, I meant to keep one finger up, by the way. 4 teams voted. Now, they voted against your trade. And it could have possibly been more than 4. But 4 is all that's required. So, how did my trade go through? My trade went through because the league obviously saw no big deal about it. And it went through. Because I construct trades that make it difficult for the other team to deny it and not accept it, and for the league to reject it. I've mastered this science, and it seems that every trade, every year I'm involved in, I'm the big bad commish, trying to get over on the league, on the poor hapless fantasy owner who decided to trade with me. Give me a break already. Both you guys, stop crying. Okay? Now, what I want the league to do is either do your own video or hit it up on the message board and speak your piece. Cause that Brady Moss trade was an obvious, blatant act to try to prove some point that didn't prove anything. Because at the end of the day, vote in your matchup screens this week. Vote for the commish. You can't bring us down.
Waving your